Welcome to Real Talk with Reginald D. I'm your host, Reginald D. In today's episode, I want to talk about the power in being able to refuse certain things in your life. Let me ask you this. Why is it that you can't refuse certain things that shouldn't be in your life? Why is it that refusing things that's not healthy for you and for your life is so hard? I'm going to tell you why. You are used to where you are and know nothing else, and you really don't want to make another change, which is dangerous. Life without change is a deserted and abandoned life that will eventually present itself as having no meaning or no purpose to it. Listen, you can't allow things in your life that's not for you, and you can't allow people in your life that's not for you. Because what happens is you become numb to the situation. You become numb to the pain. You become numb to the unhealthiness. That's when it becomes normal to you, and your life will end up accepting less than it deserves. Being unhappy will become normal to you. Living in bondage will become normal to you. Not winning in life will become normal to you. That's why you can't refuse to change, man. You must refuse to be the same in life. The secret to an abundant life is to expand it. You have to refuse to be complacent. You got to refuse to let people or things control your life, because it will end up suffocating that inner power in you. You better start refusing things in your life that's not good for you, because your life will end up in a place that you don't want it to be. Your life is worth more, man. You have to refuse to be unhappy, refuse to live in bondage, and you have to refuse to lose in this thing called life. Check this out. The things that you don't refuse, you will excuse. Trust me. I need you to understand, in order to refuse something, you must first face it. I don't care how intimidating it is. I don't care how scared you are. You got to face situations and things in your life in order to refuse it. But once you start saying, no, I'm better than this, I don't deserve this, I don't want this for my life, I want that for my life, that's when your power kicks in. It kicks in when you refuse to be less than who you really are. I need you to know that refusing is not being stubborn. It's being bold in what you want for your life. Let me tell you this about you. When you are determined, you are hard to handle. Can't nothing stop you. You may have seen this on the news. There was a mother with 3 kids and a dog. Well, the house caught on fire, and they did all they could do to escape the fire. But somehow the little baby was still left in the house. So the dog ran back into the burning house and drug the baby out of the house without harming the baby at all. That messed me up when I saw that. Now, let me give it to you like this. There was a situation that was big and out of control, but it took determination to face it and conquer it. You got to understand in life that no matter how challenging situations get, you have to be determined to overcome it. You have to refuse to let circumstances overtake you. Check this out. My life did not start having meaning and purpose until I refused to go back to the old me. I became a better person by not going back to who I used to be. But I used my past experiences as lessons. It kept me humble and honest with who I really was. When you know who you really are and control what things you allow in your life becomes more simple to navigate. It becomes more of the common sense approach. For instance, the reason it's hard for people to be happy is because they refuse to let go of the things that makes them sad. See how simple that is? Common sense, right? It doesn't take a lot to make you happy. It just takes a made-up mind from you. Refuse to be unhappy. That's all you got to do. In life, wanting doesn't make you win. Refusing does. You can want to win all day, but until you refuse to lose, you will never win. You have to refuse to be anything but great. You have to refuse to be ordinary. You have to refuse to settle for good and go for being great. That's the only way you're going to be satisfied and proud of yourself. Your life was meant for you to write your own story. I was talking to this guy one day, and I told him that every day of my life, I'm writing my eulogy. He was like, what? I said, when my work is done here on earth, my life and my works will preach my funeral, not the pastor. I said, my funeral is going to be the easiest sermon that a pastor would ever have to preach, because my life is going to do it for me. Let me say this about you. God is impressed with what he created in you. You may not feel it. You may think you are not worthy because of your past mistakes, but I'm telling you, he is still impressed with you. I'm talking to somebody right now that is at the lowest point in life. I need you to know that God is still impressed in what he created in you. All you have to do is refuse to let your situation keep you down and rise up and make him proud of what he created in you. Listen, success comes when you refuse to give up. When you refuse to give up, you are allowing your obstacles to motivate you. When you refuse to give up, your mind goes to another place. It goes to another level. I need you to know this. Refusing to have a better life is refusing being you. You are not allowing yourself to be the extraordinary person you were made to be. You have to be responsible for yourself because you all you got, man. Be responsible with yourself. Be responsible with your integrity. One of my biggest pet peeves is somebody that doesn't take responsibility and always give excuses. That burns me up. My people that's in leadership that works with me know that they better not give me an excuse why things can't get done. They know I'm not built that way. So I don't expect them to be that way. They also understand that they have to be responsible leaders if they want to be under my leadership. They understand that as leaders, we don't hurt people, we don't lie, we don't manipulate situations. Integrity is everything. I need you to listen to this. There is nothing in this life that you should give up your integrity or your dignity for. I often tell people that you have to face responsibility in life no matter what it is. If you don't, your life will still be stuck until you do. Just accept responsibilities. You can't run from doing the dishes when you mess most of them up, right? Your life is all about mastering you. Knowing all about you will take you on a journey that's crazy. You need to try it because it will blow your mind when it comes to who you are. I talked about refusing stuff, right? So listen, when you take the journey knowing all about you, you're going to start refusing all kinds of stuff that's trying to come into your life. That's called growth. You are simply growing into who you really are. And you should appreciate the journey. Enjoy it. Have fun with you and learning about you. Check this out. Sometimes people don't actually change. They just never knew who they really were. See, in life, you don't always have to change. You just got to figure out who you really are. That's the key to the gift and the purpose that God has for your life. Let me leave you with this. Strive to be all you can be in life. Refuse to let anything bring you down. And if you are down right now, refuse to stay down. And remember, you are not going to be judged on how high you have risen, but you will be judged by how far you had to climb to get where you are. God honors effort. Whatever you do, keep going. Don't throw in the towel. There is still life inside of you. It's not over. God said in the Bible that he no longer calls us servants. He calls us friends. And trust me, he is your real friend that will never let you down. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Reginald D. If you enjoyed the show, please share with anybody you feel that needs to take this journey with us on being a better you. See you next time.